Hey, this is Robin Clements. This is my field reflection 2, where I once again merged two journals that I did to wrap up my project. I left off with the expectation that I would like to find a way to lead in my office. I like the word lead rather than being a leader because I think there is a difference. So it was important to me to find a way to lead. My options were that I'd come across were to be like a new hire guide, someone who is a morale leader, helps plan events and things to keep morale up because our office is struggling, or a wellness coach. I did the expectation chart found in the text. I expect to lead more in my office, and four ways I needed to kind of work through which choice or which selection to make was to locate the best fit and need, identify where I can develop areas of weakness. One of those being really important to me was to learn to be more bold and courageous when I do have ideas. Announce my desire to find a place to lead to the office, which I did last week and reiterated this week, and then start to transition into that opportunity. Finding the best need involved just kind of taking inventory of where our office is. We just had this retreat and then things were left hanging. There was no survey, there was nothing. The afternoon of the retreat got really ugly and dicey. I think morale is now at an all-time low. The wellness coach position didn't quite fit for me. While I've taken control of my own wellness, I'm not ready to kind of push that on others. And I don't think our office is really into that. And I'm not sure it would help me strengthen all of my areas of weakness. And the new hire guide would be so rare that I probably wouldn't have the opportunity to lead, thus not be viewed as a leader, which would help me increase my areas of weakness. So I selected morale leader. I reiterated my desire to lead with my supervisor, and she agreed that we needed someone to kind of take on our office celebrations, but also to plan events and activities, small and big, that would boost the morale in our office. So my timeline that I've come up with for that is to start in the summer. It is summer now. I need to gauge morale and hopefully have two small activities or events so by the time students are coming in for orientation at the end of July, when they come in for our college's orientation, and then again when they get here in the fall, in August, we're ready to go and our morale has risen some. Right now it's just, we're dead in the water. Some strategies and measurements I'm going to use as I'm working through this process is first I need to evaluate the current morale. I'm going to need to put out a survey and get some quantitative data about this. And hopefully I could do some short answers. This is what I'm hoping to do in planning right now, to get a little bit of qualitative data as well. I need to also survey them for their ideas and desires. What do they think is missing in our morale to help me plan some activities? And then formulate that plan for the two small activities and implement them. After doing so, maybe a week after each event, I want to reevaluate the morale level. I think some of it can, you feel great the day after, but you want to keep that up. So that's sort of my strategy for the summer. And that's as far as I've gotten. This is really a lot harder than it seemed. It seemed like I just jumped right in, but there's a lot more to it. I need to get going on some surveys so I can plan the appropriate activities and find a way to lead our office into better morale. So my next steps, even though the project is over, my next steps is I'm going to implement the strategies, the timeline, and my initial plan. And after that, I need to assess my progress. What's working? Not just for the office, but for myself. Do I really feel as if I'm leading or have found a way to lead in the office, serving as a morale leader? I need to evaluate if I have grown in areas of being more bold. Especially, I really want to focus on that. Also, asking questions, finding other areas that I need to grow while still maintaining the things that my coworkers already said they think I'm good at, being kind and genuine and ethical. And I may need to reformulate the plan. Maybe it'll turn out that we don't need a morale leader and we don't want a morale leader. So I'm going to keep that in mind as I go through this process. This isn't just about my office having better feelings about coming to work and being at work all day, every day, and a lot of times working over the 40 hours. It's about ensuring that I'm refocusing on the self-mentoring, that I may need to kind of go backwards and look at what's lacking. So I'm wrapping up here. I will upload, there wasn't a lot that I had on paper and kind of materials. I do have some feedback and I'll upload those in my materials segment tomorrow. But this is where I've left off with self-mentoring. I have a plan, I have a timeline, And hopefully that will allow me to be better recognized as a leader. But also, more importantly, my goal, if I go back to the beginning, I would like to find a way to lead in my office in order to strengthen some of my areas of weakness.